All right, so you saw a preview. Now let's go ahead and make those actions. Now, the Photoshop default actions that were here, we can always get those back. I clicked and drug those into the trash can so they disappeared. And then the way you begin to create actions is you need your own folder. So click on this folder icon. If you don't have the Actions panel open, come on, you guys. Window Actions, you know where to find this, right? Click on that folder, give it a name that you like. Don't use mine, use yours, whatever you want to name your actions. And then you need to say, okay, inside this folder, I want to create a new action. Right next to the trash can is the insert new action, create new action. Now, we want to rotate. So, and I'm just going to do 90, Shift Option 8 is how you do the degree sign, and clockwise. I'm not going to do the counterclockwise because, hey, it's exactly the same, only you make a different choice. You go up to Image, Image Rotation, 90 degrees clockwise. When you do the other one, you do 90 degrees counterclockwise. That's our action. This first action is done. We click on the stop recording. I can twirl that shut. Now we're going to make the complicated action, and I'm not going to screw up this time. That's a clue that I've made this a few times already. So right now, I'm going to click on a new action. I'm going to name this 5333 by 4000 textures, because we're going to resize large photographs. You don't want to really work with a small image and do this, but you do want to work with something that came straight out of the camera, because the aspect ratio is going to work for this. All right, so the first thing, we're recording right now. It's automatically recording when we created that new action, but unlike this video, I can wait as long as I want before creating the next action, and Photoshop doesn't delay an instant. I want to rename this background layer just because we want our layers named, and this is the original image. And then we want to create a black and white version of this, and we're going to do it with an adjustment layer, because this is going to allow us to edit this after the fact. Second row, third one in, this little black and white, and it says create a new black and white adjustment layer. Now, by default, you get the worst black and white image you possibly can. There's lots of presets. You can do all kinds of customization. For right now, I'm just going to choose maximum black because we need to start somewhere. Okay, that's that step, and it's recorded. Now I'm going to come back to adjustments, window adjustments, if you don't have that open. Second one in is levels. There's a lot of different ways to do this. Levels is an easy way to explain it. So I'm going to click on levels and then make a setting. This setting kind of works for this image. It won't work for every image. It's just a place to start. In this first field, and if you don't see this field, chances are you've got this truncated. Go ahead and pull this down or drag the properties out so you can see what's going on. And I'm just going to click in this first field, type 170, hit tab twice, and type 187, and then hit return in order to accept that. Now, I happen to think this is a pretty rockin' texture, and I plan on using this from time to time. But then I'm going to have hundreds and hundreds of textures, because this set of actions is going to let me automate this like mad. Now, the black and white, or the levels adjustment layer has been set, including the settings. Now we can go ahead down here to this insert new layer icon. Because we're on an adjustment layer, our shortcuts kind of work funky. So I'm going to click on that button, double click, and then Command V, because I already copied that so you don't have to watch me type, and then click, double click, and I'm naming these. Texture 01, you want to name these, okay? It's important. And you might as well stick with this naming convention, because I'm going to show you something else later on that allows you to automate even more. But for right now, naming these first three layers, is a great place to stop, except we have one more thing to do, because I want to start working immediately after recording this action. And in order to start working, I need to click on this levels layer, and that gives me access to this properties panel. And that's where our editing begins in the next video. I'm going to stop recording. That right there is perfect if, watch this, File, Revert. Takes my file back, does not eliminate my actions. So I can come into button mode right here. Illustrator, you got to search for it. Photoshop, it's right at the top. And then rotate 90 degrees, click on my action, and look at that. It created everything, named those layers, put me right here so I can begin editing. Life is good.